everybody. Welcome to Jazz Live Stream Thursday. I was just playing along a little bit on one of the songs we're going to be playing today. I've got some fun new stuff planned. I don't know if you guys have been on the link yet. Let me show you. Of course, for our live shows, our live streams, any of the music that we use, you want to go to, I put the link in the description, but it's jazz, right? So you're going to go to Dr. Selfridge Music. Just get everyone pointed in the right direction here for anyone who might be new. But if you've been around a while, you know the drill. drselfridgemusic.com. And then you're going to click on Live Stream Jazz. Live Stream Jazz. We have some new stuff. Oh, I got to refresh. Look at this new stuff we have today. Ready? It's Jazz at the Movies. Isn't that going to be fun? There's actually a lot of really great jazz tunes that have either got their start as part of a movie, or maybe were done in a movie not necessarily in a jazz style, but have become jazzy songs. So lots of cool stuff. So you should be ready for that. We're going to do that today. We're going to start off with Jazz at the Movies. But I want to say hello to our folks in the chat room. We always want to say hi to the folks in the chat room. A lot of familiar people. And if you're new, make sure, as always, if you're new, check in. Let us know where, or rather, what instrument you play, maybe how long you've been playing. And if you want to, sometimes it's fun to know the different parts of the world where people are watching from. So Flippy Films is here. Hello, Flippy. And Daisy Lopez is here, clarinet player. And let's see, who else is here? All right, Enclave Brave is here. Enclave, are you new? I don't know if I remember your username. And Brooke is here. Hi, Brooke, DeHaven. And Riparoni Pepperoni, nice name. Riparoni, are you new too? You might be new. Oh, okay, so Brooke says this is your first time watching a live video. So, Brooke, what we do in the chat, first of all, welcome. Thanks for being here. Basically, just follow along. If you have your instrument, we're going to be doing a lot of playing. And I also I kind of mix in, we do some playing and we do answering your questions. So ask me questions. Today's mostly supposed to be about jazz. So if you have jazz questions, but if you have questions about other things about music, I can answer those too. Paula is here. Hi, Paula. And let's see. Brooke says, I love clarinet and alto sax. That's cool. Who else is here and saying hello in the chat? While I'm browsing through the chat here, let's say hi to Dennis. Everybody say hi to Dennis.
Hello. How you doing, everybody?
All right. And Dennis is always a really great help here on the line. He will highlight your questions in the chat, and also if I need a question and I'm not seeing anything, Dennis is usually good for throwing me a question. And we're also going to keep an eye out. Dennis, maybe you could keep an eye out for new people, as always, shout outs, and maybe new people and where they're watching from. Great. Right. So we got some great people in the chat throwing in your questions. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and do some playing, okay? All right, let's play. So if we go to, as I showed you before, drselfridgemusic.com, and then you click on Live Stream Jazz, okay? Here we are. Now, right on the main screen of Live Stream Jazz, we've got a lot of the different activities we've been doing over these months and weeks. We've got all these tunes we've done. Dorian Exploring, remember that one? Blues Scales, One Riff Blues, Saints Go Marching In, The Walrus, Boleos Calientes. I still have to fix that. Some of my friends who speak Spanish have told me that I need to correct this, that it should be Calientes. So I will fix that. We got Funky Freddy. We got a lot of cool stuff here. But new today, Jazz at the Movies. All right. And look at that cool little graphic there. We got the popcorn. little action. You know, you guys know what this thing is for? I think it's called I bet Dennis knows. Dennis, do you know what this thing is called? Is it called a clap something? This
You mean the font type?
No, when they start the movie, when they say action and they click this. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. I forgot you can't see my screen.
Right.
The little thing that they click, they put what scene is on
Clapper. It's called a clapper.
Yeah, clapper. Okay. So I never realized what that was for. Actually, I'm going to see if anyone in the chat knows what that's for, like why they even bother doing that. And so, guys, in the chat, if you know what this little, when they click this and they say action, right? Why are they doing that? See if you can let me know in the chat. Okay. Let's go to, I'm going to go to E-flat instruments. And we have, so I've started a new packet here. You know me and my packets, right? We have lots of collections of songs. So I thought jazz at the movies. And one big hit movie that came out recently is, not recently, past couple of years, I guess. I don't know, Dennis, do you remember what year La La Land came out? It had a lot of...
It was like 4 years ago. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it got a lot of great awards and everything. I think it won Best Picture, or was that Moonlight? I forget.
I'm getting that big joke. Moonlight ended up winning it.
Right.
They called that out, and then it was they found out it was wrong.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, so check it out. One of the main themes. There's a lot of jazzy music from this movie. But this is the one that I have in our packet first. It's called City of Stars. So get your instruments out. We have 4 measures of just this minor chord that happens. So we count, each slash is a beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we play. So check out the main melody here. So I'll play it, the first phrase for you, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. I played that rhythm a little bit wrong. This rhythm here is actually a little trickier than you think. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and. Let me fix that. Okay? So let's try it together. Make sure you pay attention to your sharps or whatever is in your key signature. If you're playing a flute or a piano or a guitar, you're going to be playing 1 flat. It's concert pitch. But we are looking, right now I'm looking at the alto sax, bari sax music, so I have 2 sharps. So it's going to be different depending on what music you're looking at. Here we go. Ready? Let's try the first phrase. Try it with me. Measure 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we rest 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then look at the next line, measure 9. You may have already noticed that it's exactly the same. That always makes it easier when the songs do that. A little repeat. In just a minute, we're going to go to the chat, and Dennis, you're going to let us know who got the right answer about the clapper for the film. Okay, let's go. Let's play second phrase. Measure 9. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, now we're into phrase 3, which starts with the single note at the end of this line right here. Bum, bum. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to play it all the way to the end of the line of measure 13. I'm going to leave this final note off because this final note here actually belongs to this phrase. So phrase 3, I'm starting here on the 4th beat of measure 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to play 12, 13, 14, 15, and the beginning of 16. Here we go. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and I'll play. 1, 2, 3. That's a bit of a tricky rhythm again. You got a dotted quarter note, 8th note, tied into a quarter note triplet. So triplet 1. So 1 and pullet 1. Okay? So let's play that. Try it with me if you haven't already. Starting at the same spot, right where I'm highlighting, right here. Pickups to measure 13. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we go here with the pickup note to the final line. I'll play it for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to play that with the play-along track in a minute. Dennis, who got the right answer for the clapper? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think Fuzzy Studios.
Fuzzy Studios.
It's called Calda Clapper or a slate board, among other things. It's used to make syncing audio and film easier and to identify takes and scenes.
Nailed it. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Great definition. Yes. And Fuzzy Studios, I've discovered that. And Dennis, when I've been making different videos, sometimes I'll record my audio separately on my computer. I'll record the video here. And then when I go to put them together, what I usually do is I just clap my hands. I'll go like that. And then I can see the spike in the audio and I can line it up. A little behind the scenes there. Okay.
Stephen, Fuzzy Studios also up here. He found this site from Google.
Yeah. Which site?
No, where we are.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome.
That's how he came upon us.
Oh, cool. That's great. I feel like Fuzzy Studios has been here before, though, right?
He may have, but yeah.
Fuzzy, haven't you been here before? But that's great. Thank you for answering that question. So Sarah Reyes is checking in. Hi, Sarah. You're new. And Sarah is saying that this is really hard. And that's totally fine. If this is a little bit challenging for you, don't let that get you down. Maybe you've been playing. I'm going to guess you're only been playing a year or 2 or 3. Let me know how long you've been playing. I try to make our jazz classes kind of a mixture of stuff that's accessible for more beginners, but also more challenging for more experienced players. So just you might just enjoy having your instrument out, trying to play what you can, and don't feel bad if there's stuff that's a little tricky for you. So Arnaldo is back and says he's ready to go with his horn. That's great. Velucia Santelos says, isn't flat A? So Velucia, I don't quite understand your question, but if you want to ask that again, I can help you with that. Or maybe you meant A flat for something. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's play this with the play-along track, and then I'm going to answer some of your questions in the chat. You ready? Let's try it once, just us, and then once with the play-along track. So let's start at measure 5. Can you play together? Again, we're doing our Jazz at the Movies packet, which is drselfridgemusic.com, live stream jazz, and you click on Jazz at the Movies. Or you can just go to this address, drselfridgemusic.com/jazz-at-the-movies. I should probably take those dashes out of there. It would make it easier. Okay. Ready. And our friend Mike Hamilton is not here to make fun of me for having all my tabs up on the screen. But we all want to wish our good friend Mike Hamilton, who's here every class, we want to wish him a happy wedding anniversary. He said his wedding anniversary is July 4th. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Starting measure 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest to next line. Go. 1, 2. Next line. 1, All right. Cool. So how did we do? And I see Sarah checked in and said, yeah, Sarah has only been playing for a year. So Sarah, thanks for joining us. You should come also Tuesday. We have band class and we do more band stuff. You might find it a little bit easier. All right. So let's try it with our backing track, and then we're going to answer some questions in the chat. You guys ready? Our backing track. By the way, if you want to play your backing track when we're not in class, you can go to this page, Jazz at the Movies, and right they're labeled, right? Number 1, City of Stars. You can click over the Pink Panther we're going to do, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's going to be cool. So that's where you get your play-along track. Here we go. You're going to have 4 measures of introduction right here, and then we play. And can't wait to say, I see some new faces in the chat. I can't wait to say hello to some people after we play this. Okay, you with me? And going to get a count in. 1, 2. We got 4 measures of rest at the beginning. Here. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2. Ready, go. Repeat that and go back to measure 5. You could also do some improv. We can talk about some improvisation. So, of course, this class is jazz improv class, so I can talk a little bit about how we would do jazz improv over these different songs. All right. Let's go to the chat. I'm going to bring Dennis in, but I'm going to start with this first question here. Savage Kitty is here, and I'm curious who you are because Savage Kitty says, I was your band teacher at GVES. So Savage, if I was your band teacher in 4th grade, you must be going into 7th grade now? Because I don't know if those of you that are watching, I taught elementary 4th and 5th grade band for a bunch of years, and then I moved into the high school band director, and I'm going into my 4th year there. So Savage, let me know what grade you're going into. I hope you're still playing your instrument. That would be great, because if you're still playing your instrument, that means I'm going to get to have you in high school band in a couple of years. Dennis, anything you want to highlight?
Yeah, I have a few here.
Okay. Are these shout outs or questions?
Well, let me give the shout outs first. Brandon Kim from Georgia, Caleb Hotzclaw, he plays tenor and alto sax. Grady Evans, he has like a whole list of states from where he or she, Texas, Florida, all the places where the COVID's high.
Oh, okay.
Sarah Reyes had never seen this channel before. That's why. So she's really. I talked about Fuzzy Susan and Savage Kitty we talked about already.
All right. That's great.
Yeah. Quite a few people.
Yes. Awesome. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, if you have friends that are in band or want to learn about jazz, let them know. Let me show you, because we are here, our new summer schedule. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. Every Tuesday, it's the same time, every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, we do a band class. Thursday, we do jazz improv. All right. And we try to spread it around, because I know we have a mix of beginners and more experienced people. I try to mix it up and have different levels so everyone can enjoy. So Daisy says, clarinet player Daisy says, if you think that Mike Hamilton hired me to do his work. Yeah. So, okay. So Daisy's going to fill in for Mike Hamilton. You can also correct me if I mispronounce Edinburgh, which is where Mike is from. Zbogini Sayer. When am I going to do a trumpet one? So would you like me to play trumpet now? I could do that. That's a dangerous request. You know, I go hot and cold with the trumpet. Sometimes I do pretty well, as long as I warm up. So I'll do some trumpet, okay? And actually, I hope I'm saying her name right, Zbogini. All of the music that we do, I always provide a trumpet part. I provide parts for all the instruments. So I hope you have your trumpet out. You can play along. Like see here, Jazz at the Movies, B-flat instruments high or B-flat instruments, you probably want to do, I usually do a high version and a low version depending on which one people are more comfortable with. So that would be for trumpet. Okay. Arnaldo says, Dr. S, I recall we had some glitches and bugs in some of the prior music sheets. Yeah, so actually, Arnaldo, I did correct. Here's some of the things I've corrected since the last time. I fixed the, and actually, we're going to do this next. We're going to do the one riff blues next. I fixed that sheet. There was a few mistakes there, so thank you for reminding me. All right. All right. So, Zbogini says, do I know any YouTubers that do trumpets? Yeah, there's a lot of great YouTube trumpet people. Let me see if I can find one or two that I like. I'm going to go trumpet lesson. So what I'm going to do, guys, so if you're looking for good YouTubers for music, like what I did was I went and I typed in trumpet lessons, okay? So this guy's really good. He goes by the Black Trumpeter. He's got really great lessons. So I definitely would encourage you to check out that channel. There's another guy that's really good. Oh, look at this guy doing Baby Shark. All right. These lessons from the United States Armed, like the Army Band has them. They're really good lessons. Oh, this guy, Charlie Porter. Charlie Porter is really an excellent trumpet player. So Charlie Porter, those are some of the channels I recommend. All right, guys, let's play some more, okay? Here we go. Let's see. We just did La La Land. Let's go back, and I said I was going to play trumpet. So with me playing trumpet, I'm going to go to B-flat instruments low. And let's go to song number 2 in the packet. Now, this is a little bit of cheating on my part because we've done the Pink Panther before. Dennis, let's I'm sure. Do you remember when the Pink Panther movies came out?
Oh,
was that the 60s or the 70s?
They were 60s. It started,
right,
and then ran through the 70s, and maybe it ended a little bit in the 80s.
Was that on your?
But there's a whole bunch of them. Was
that on your radar screen when you were when back?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Were they pretty big?
It was hilarious.
Yeah. And that theme, that tune.
Yeah.
It's such a well-known tune. So here it is on our music sheet, everybody. We've got 4 measures again, or 3 measures of rest, and then 1, 2, 3.5 beats, and then we come in right here. So you got to look at your key signature. You got to look at, this one gets a little tricky too. You got to look at your sharps and all that stuff. Oh, Lewis, I'm going to get to your question, okay? And maybe Dennis can help me and remind me of that.
Yeah,
but
that's my next one up.
Okay, good. Lewis, we're going to get to your question, okay, after we play the Pink Panther. All right, let's try it, everybody. So I'm going to play the first phrase right here at the end of the first line. So it goes 1, 2, 3. guys want to try that? Let's try it. And yeah, let's just keep going with this and see if you can keep up. And then we'll try it with the play along track. Matos, do I have the same lesson on tenor sax? I do have the music for tenor sax. I could play tenor today. Maybe I'll play it after trumpet. But actually, if you're playing tenor sax, you would read the same music that I'm looking at right now. Okay, Matos? All right, ready? 1, 2. Start right here at the note. 1, 2, 3. All right, how'd you guys do? That gets a little tricky. All right, and so if you're more of a beginner, this is going to be a pretty tricky song for you. So let's try it with our backing track. All right, thank you, Sarah, for checking in. So Ava, you look like you're new to the channel, so I'm gonna give you a reminder that we don't want to spam the chat. So if you have a question, we'll really try to get to it, but don't spam the chat. But thank you for being here. All right, let's play it with our track. So remember, for the play along track, it's here on the same page. You're just going to click over. So instead of City of Stars, click next, and it goes to Pink Panther. All right, let's do it. Pink Panther with the play along track, 4 measures of introduction, and then we play. Any second now, as long as my clicker worked. Let's try it again. Oops. Here we go. 1, 2. You got 4 bars of introduction. 2, 3. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Same thing, I have this repeating, so we can do a little jazz on a blues scale. All right, so Pink Panther. So everybody, let's do some questions. And Dennis, could you remind me, what was that question I was going to answer?
Yeah, the one for, hold on, it's coming right up here. Lewis, yeah. Blakely, where he says, Dr. Selfridge, I'm moving to a new school. And can you tell me how to impress my new band teacher? I play alto saxophone and flute.
All right. The best way to impress your new band teacher, everyone listen up. Best way to impress your new band teacher is to, first chance you get, go find out where your band director's office is or room. And when you get a chance, if you get excused from class or if you have time before school, you knock on their door and you should introduce yourself and be friendly and say, my name is Lewis. I'm new to the school. I play alto sax and flute. I'm really excited to join the band. And can you please tell me how I can join the band? And then he or she will be very impressed by that. They'll be very impressed by your friendliness. And then once you have a chance to have a lesson, just be ready with, when you go to your first lesson, bring whatever sheet music you have, your books that you normally practice from, and your director will probably ask you to demonstrate something that you, or ask you like, what page are you on in your book, or what songs do you already know? So just have a couple songs ready to demonstrate, and I'm sure he'll be impressed. So good luck with that. All right. So great suggestion from Arnaldo is to do Miss Seeley's Blues. Now, Arnaldo, can you tell me what movie that is? Or I don't know if you caught that, Dennis, or do you know?
Yes, yeah.
Miss Seeley's Blues?
Oh, shoot. It's the one that the Alice Walker one that Oprah was in it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is it from huh. Well, maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe it'll come to you. And I'll Google it. Yeah. All right. So,
purple?
Oh, the color purple?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. All right, cool. So Daisy Lopez, do I have a baritone? Yes, do I? I do. Where do I have it? Oh, here it is. Here is a baritone. So it's like a little tuba. So that's called a baritone. Anyone out there play the baritone, or do you know any baritone players? All right. So let's play our next song. So what I want from you guys is suggestions on jazz songs from movies. That's a tricky thing. You might not know some off the top of your head, but jazz songs from movies, I'm always up for suggestions. I don't know, Dennis, I don't know if you have any that you could think of, songs with jazzy soundtracks. Of course, there was that big movie Whiplash that came out a couple years ago that my students were very excited about.
Well, I mean, La La Land was doing a lot with jazz, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
You know, a lot of the classic movies, even into like the 50s, had sort of music that became used by jazz players.
Did you ever see The Hustler?
No. What's that?
Oh, that's Paul Newman playing pool.
Okay.
Again, but it's a great movie. It's black and white, but it has a great jazz soundtrack.
Oh, awesome. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Now, we do have the third song in our packet. And for Matos, I'm going to play tenor sax for Matos because he's been asking for it. He or she, I'm not sure. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. How many people out there have seen The Wizard of Oz? Or have heard this song? Let me get my neck strap. Okay, so Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Oh, Lewis has a great suggestion, The Incredibles.
Yeah.
A lot of that's an extremely jazzy soundtrack. So, guys, take a look at Somewhere Over the Rainbow and make sure you have it for your instrument. I'm getting my tenor sax ready for Matos. Here we go. Let's try it. Now, the interesting thing about this song is it starts with one of the biggest intervals you can have in music. Do you know what an interval is? Interval is when you jump. Well, an interval is the measure of the distance between any two notes. So the first two notes in the song start low and goes very high. That's called an octave. An octave is when you go from the bottom note 8 notes. So that's an octave on C, 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 D, D. It's when you go from the low version of the letter note to the high version of the letter note. All right? So we start off with an octave. Then we play measure 2. Then in measure 3, we have a large octave, but not an octave. It's a sixth. And then we're here on this whole note. Okay, so why don't we try to play the beginning all the way to the end of the first ending. Can you guys try that with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you get to this note at the end of the first line, you got to make sure you looked at your key signature and you didn't miss the flat there. Or if you're playing alto sax, that would be a natural, not a sharp. So make sure you're, or what am I transposing right? Da, da. Sax, that would be a G. No. A flat. It would be an F natural. Right. Okay. My brain was working. I just was messing up my transposition. So anyway, we've got that. We do the repeat and do it again. And then we got to jump to the second ending. And then we have this middle part called the bridge. So it's going to start on this note right before. Let's start on the second ending. It goes like this. Next line. 1, 2, 3. Watch this accidental. That natural there lasts for the whole measure, or it might be a sharp in your music. All right, now let's go to the next line, to the half notes, measure 56, 3, 4. Now, the last 8 measures are the same as the beginning. We call this form of A section, A section, B section, A section, A, B, A. Let's try the whole thing with our play along track. Then we're going to move on to something else. All right? The whole thing with the play along track, and put your questions in the chat too. We'll do some questions. I see some questions I can answer next. Set with our 2-measure introduction. 1, 2. Get those instruments ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat to the beginning. improv, of course. Always got to put the jazz improv in there. Okay. So, Dennis, would you mind picking out a question that we can go to first?
Yeah, no problem. Arnaldo Pelizero says Woody Allen's movies usually have a ton of jazz music.
Yes.
He plays the clarinet quite well. I mean, I think that's pretty documented. But the other one is Clint Eastwood always has interesting jazz, you know.
And
he's another one of those that's, you know, he's really into jazz.
Big jazz fan. And he actually did a biographical movie of Charlie Parker.
Yes.
Called Bird.
Yes. Bird.
Yep. Which is good in a lot of ways. And, you know, people criticized it for different things. But really good for bringing jazz to, like, the popular consciousness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So other things in the chat here. Daisy Lopez says, I'm thinking in a couple years I'm going to learn baritone, probably 10th grade. That's great. Arnaldo says, Mo Better Blues. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I actually played that song before. Mo Better Blues, the main tune. I think that's pretty much it. Now we have a question from Jaden. Dr. Selfridge, my flute is being weird. My long B flat key sounds very out of tune. Please help. So this one right here. Well, that's your B key. Do you mean this long key here? And then if you press that, that's B flat as well. So, you know, Jaden, it's really hard for... I want to make sure I have your name right. It's Jaden, right? It's really hard for me to tell if I don't have your flute in front of me, but this long key, that's the B key, that's not B flat. So play it by itself with the first finger. That's a B. If you want to make it B flat, you press your thumb on the little round key above it. That makes it B flat. I don't know if that helps. Okay. That was Jaden. Okay. So Sarah is asking, and while I'm answering questions, guys, if you have any requests, because we have about 10 minutes-ish left of playing, let me know if there's a particular song from our jazz class. Actually, I'm going to open this up to any request of songs that we have on my site. But jazz would be good because today's jazz class. So put in your requests, okay, of what you want to play or what you want to learn. Sarah Rias, how can people read sheet music? That's always been my question. Okay, so Sarah, learning how to read sheet music. So I'm using an app right now. Dennis, I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm using an app to teach myself Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of Duolingo?
Yep.
So I use this app to teach myself. I'm trying to learn to speak a new language. And learning to read sheet music is very similar. You have to start with a few basics and get very familiar with those. Once you get the ground rules, like, okay, whether the dot is on a line or a space tells you what letter note it is, and then that corresponds to the notes on my instrument. And then I also have to learn that the shape of the note tells me how long to hold the note. Is it going to be a 1 beat long note? Is it going to be a 2 beats long note? 3 beats or 4 beats? So once you've got those basics, you have to just take small bites and practice them until you're very good at them, and then throw in a little bit extra. It's the same way that they teach you how to speak a language on this app. They'll give you a couple vocabulary words, and once you've really mastered those, they'll throw some new ones at you, and it's just a process. Okay. Juliana wants Baby Shark. All right. M. Kaz. All right. I'm looking at a couple requests here. M. Kaz, do I have any suggestions for learning baritone sax? So M. Kaz, I got the same question last class. It's basically baritone sax is the same as any other sax. The only difference is it's bigger. You have to get used to holding it, balancing it, and the embouchure is a little bit more open because the mouthpiece is physically bigger. That's literally the only difference. So work on that big, nice O-shaped embouchure. Oh, don't squish the reed like a sandwich. It won't work too well for you. All right, Juliana, Baby Shark, we can do. Lewis Blakely wants take 5. Here's a little bit of take 5. I wonder if I can find the play along track here. Now, Lewis, I don't have. Have you ever played that tune? Take 5, Lewis. It's in C minor on alto sax. Now the bridge gets a little tricky, especially because I usually have to think about it for a second. Da, 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 da. That's it. Yeah, so that one really got to work on, but then the main part is just a C minor. C blues. All right. Now, Baby Shark. So if you want to learn Baby Shark, anybody, I know this is jazz class, but we don't have beginner band class anymore, so I don't mind doing a little bit of beginner band. You go to beginner band live stream and you go to, where is it? Is it most requested tunes? Yeah, most requested band tunes. All right. I have my alto sax out. I'll just play it on alto. No, I'll do clarinet. Dennis, after I do this, if you think there's a question I've been neglecting, I can get to it.
Will do.
Most requested band tunes, Baby Shark. Here we go. On clarinet. And ready, 1, 2. Repeat. And you can repeat that as many times as you like until your family throws you out of the house. Okay? So, Dennis, is there a question maybe
Yes.
I should get to?
Not so much questions as there's some interesting comments that may lead on to that.
Okay.
Clarinet player Daisy Lopez. It's a bit tricky, but learning like a new code or language, it will take time. I know like 6 codes and 3 languages. I think that was directed at both you and Sarah on learning the, learning how to read music.
Wow. Who was that from?
That was from Daisy Lopez.
Oh, very impressive.
Yeah.
To know all that.
Big Dog 345. Can you play the Star-Spangled Banner on trumpet, please?
You know what? That's a great request, especially because we're coming up on the 4th of July in the U.S.,
Right.
Independence Day. And also, in addition to that being a great request, I happen to have a sheet music arrangement. If anyone has anyone in your family or in your neighborhood, if they want you to play the Star-Spangled Banner, I have an arrangement for you. So you want to go to, I believe it's on my, it's on Advanced Band live stream. And we scroll down. Here it is. Star-Spangled Banner for all instruments. And I'll play this for you right now. And it also has a play-along track, which is pretty cool. It's got a play-along track. Let me find it so I can play along with it. I have to use my other computer for this. So it's called a flex arrangement, which is great, which means you click on any instrument I'll click on trumpet, and it comes with 3 parts. So if you have you and someone else, you guys could play. I mean, both people could play the melody just to make it a little stronger, or you could split it up among 2 people or 3 people, just as long as someone is playing part 1. So here we go. I'm going to use our play along track, and I'm going to play it for you. It gets a little bit high, but I will do my best. I might take some of it down an octave, which you could certainly do. Okay, so you're going to get 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. 2, 3, 1. Down the octave. Wow, that is testing my trumpet abilities to the max, because it actually, I don't think people realize, the person who's not necessarily a singer or a musician or an instrumentalist, they don't realize what a huge range that song is. Ba ba ba, right, all the way up to da 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 da. That's an octave and a half. So that is quite a challenging song. So thank you for that request, though. We are closing in on finishing up. We had a request to do Samba Otoño. Oh, that's a great request.
Right.
Juliana said, I don't actually have to play Baby Shark. Well, too late, I played it. Too late. I like to do the requests of my loyal viewers, so I don't mind doing that at all. This would be a good thing to close on, because we had a great request. One of my favorite songs is called Samba Otoño. It's based on a jazz song called Autumn Leaves. So it's based on Autumn Leaves, and we've played this song before. So I'm going to open it up, add one more tab, and I think Caleb said tenor sax, so let's switch to tenor sax. Here we go. All right, I'm going to get my tenor sax, and if you guys want to play along, please do. All right, let me get our play along track. So it goes like this. That's the basic idea of it. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to put on this play along track. Let's play the full melody. Then, let's see, after we do the melody, what shall we do? Let's practice our major blues scale, which is after that. And then let's do some of these solo ideas, okay? And then I might do some improv. Let's do our slow tempo play along track. Get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. right, scale. Solo idea 1. Hear that? Let's try solo idea number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Number 3. 4. And now, a little improv just on our major blues scale. I'll do some, then you do some. Your turn. 3, 4, back to me. Your turn. 2, 3, 4, back to me. Last time. All right. So, here we are. That was pretty quick. Back at the end of our show. Really quick, I'm going to get as many shout-outs in the chat as I can. MCOS says, I'm so glad I found my channel. Thank you. Please, subscribe. Come back to our live streams. Juliana says, I use an app called Tuner T1. All right, that's great. That's a good app. Big Dog, thank you for playing that. Dr. Selfridge, I have to learn it for high school band auditions, so it helps a lot. Great. I hope that's helpful for you. Arnaldo, thank you for being here. Lewis Blakely, my saxophone embouchure for the saxophone is too tight. I don't know how to loosen it. Huh. Well, that's a longer question than I have right now, but than I have time for right now. Just think of the O shape. And don't think your saxophone embouchure really shouldn't feel tight. It should just feel firm, not like you have to grab it really hard, if that helps. Okay. Arnaldo got a little bit lost in solo idea number 2. Sorry, I was moving a little fast there. Clara Grace says, thank you. This video helped me a lot. Daisy Lopez, tuner app. Bandmate Chromatic Tuner. Bandmate Chromatic Tuner. Shout out to Flippy Films. Thank you, Flippy Films, for being here. And as always, thank you to everyone. I think we had a pretty great show here today. Dennis, what do you think?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It really is. It just gets better and better.
Yeah. A lot of great questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie stuff. We're going to be adding more. I'll be looking for suggestions of jazzy songs to add. Arnaldo, thank you, Arnaldo, for the reminder. Yeah, guys, we are now on my new summer schedule, which means no Sunday show. Here is our summer schedule. It is Tuesdays band, Thursdays jazz improv, giving everybody a long weekend. Make sure you use that time to practice. And so you come back with lots of new things to learn and ask about next time we have live stream. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Everyone give a big thanks to Dennis, as always, for doing a great job. And thanks to Terry, who was in our chat today. Joe could not join us today. So until next time, make sure you guys practice. Enjoy playing music. Send me your questions. Save your questions and your requests for Tuesday band class. Make sure you're subscribed, and thanks so much for being here, guys. Have a great weekend, and happy 4th of July, everybody. Take care. Guide tone line 1.